Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing matrix application problems. So these are going to be the word problems. We are going to create equations from the word problems we see. We're going to transform them into augmented matrices, and then we're going to have our calculator do the rest of it. I won't be able to do the calculator portion of this, but have your graphing calculator out next to you while taking these notes, so you can type it in and kind of follow along. What I want to do is want you to pause this video and write all the stuff down. We're going to read through it and kind of highlight or pull out information that we think is going to be helpful. It says the stadium has 49,000 seats. Seats sell for $25 in section A, $20 in section B, and $15 in section C. The number of seats in section A equals the total number of seats in section B and C together. If the stadium made $1,052,000 from a sold-out event, how many seats does each section hold? They give us a lot of information. So since we have three different sections happening here, A, B, and C, this is going to be a three-variable system we're going to create. So we need to make some equations up. I'm going to let section A be titled just the variable A, B is just going to be B, and then C. So the first one says it has 49,000 seats, so I think that would be A plus B plus C equals 49,000. All right, the next one talks about how much money each of them is worth. So I would say 25A plus 20B plus 15C equals, you figure out if that is the cost of each ticket, how much did the stadium make? Well, the stadium made $1,052,000 from that event. And the last thing I think would get our equations is section A equals the total number of seats in section B and C together. So section A equals the total number of seats of B and C together. So your first step here is completed. You have your three equations. What we need to do now is we need to put them in the augmented matrix. We need to make sure that all of the variables line up. So we want the A's, B's, and C's to go in alphabetical order there, the equal sign, and then the number. I think the first two equations we have perfect because they're already in that order. I would say the third equation there needs to be kind of rearranged. I think we need to move the B and C over. So I would say that looks like A minus B minus C equals 0. So there's our three matrices, or our three equations. We're going to put that into our augmented matrix. My first one would be 1, 1, 1, 49,000. Second one would be 25, 20, 15, and 1,052,000. And the last one would be 1, negative 1, negative 1, 0. At this point is when I need you guys to go into your calculators and do the RREF yourself. So when you need to go in, you need to make a 3x4 matrix and input that. When you do that, you're going to then go back to that math area, like I showed you guys in class the other day, and do the RREF. So once you do that, you should get the final answer that your matrix will look like this then. So our answers are these three numbers right here. So I would say that A has 24,500 seats. B has 14,400 seats. And C has 10,100 seats is my final answer there. For work to count for your application problems, you're going to need to have your augmented matrix and your final answer. It would help you greatly to also have your equations there because you can't really get your augmented matrix until you have those equations. So I need to see those three things. You do not have to show me the matrix that you get in your calculator, so this one right here. But if you'd like to, you can. One more problem here. So go ahead, this is kind of a longer one. Pause and write all this down, and then we're going to go from there and make this equation. So this one, I'm going to highlight important information here. So it says he receives a bonus of $6,500 from his company. He put some money into a profit-sharing plan, paying 11% interest. He put some money into a money market account, paying 8% interest, and some money into a tax-free account, paying 9.5% interest. The total interest at the end of the year was $640. If he put 3 times as much money into the tax-free account as he put into the money market account, find the amount he invested in each account. So we have a lot of things going in here. To me, there are 3 accounts we're talking about here. We have the profit sharing plan. I'm going to title this P, profit sharing plan. We have the money market account. I'm going to title this M for money market. And we have the tax-free. I'm going to call that T for tax-free account, paying the interest. All right, so we know that he puts in, or he uses all $6,500 of his bonus. So I think my first equation should be the amount he puts in the profit one, the amount he puts in the money market one, and the amount he puts in the tax-free one. That should equal the total amount he invests, which is $6,500. The next thing is they give you this 640. That talks about the interest he makes. So when he talks about the interest, you're going to use the 11%, the 8%, and the 9.5%. Now with those percents, we do have to write them as numbers. So 11% would be written as 0.11. So 0.11p plus the 8% would be 0.08 m plus the 9.5 would be 0.095 t. All right, so those are the interest amounts. That's going to be equal to the amount of interest he ends up making that year, which is 640. And the last thing we have to address here is 3 times as much money into the tax-free account as he put into the money market account. So when you read this, you have to figure out which account has the most. Well, the account that has the most is tax-free account. So that's going to be, the tax-free is T equals. All right, now he put 3 times as much into that one as he put into the money market account. So you're going to do 3M. All right, because there's 3 times more. All right, whatever you put in the money market, you did triple that to put it into the tax-free. Once we have this, we need to make sure that they're all arranged the same. I think the first 2 equations will look good. I think the third equation there we need to rearrange. Now, there is no P there. All right, so I would say it's 0P. The M, I think we need to move that over, so 3M plus T equals 0 would be that third equation we use. Now that we have our equations, we're going to put that into our augmented matrix. So it's going to be 1, 1, 1, 6,500, 0.11, 0.08, 0.095, 640, and the last one's going to be 0, -3, 1, 0. At this point, what I need you to do is you need to go into your matrix. I want you to make that new 3x4 matrix for me. Input all of those, and then do the RREF feature. When you get that, you ended up getting that P is going to equal 2,500. M is going to equal 1,000. And the tax-free account is going to be 3,000.